Um, Hello, everyone. Hello from Mississippi. I want to thank the Union League Club of Chicago for this honor, and extra thanks to Cheryl Ziegler for creating this opportunity for me to participate in the luncheon from Mississippi, even if I can't be there in person. So Cheryl invited me to just say a little bit about my book, After Redlining, the Urban Reinvestment Movement in the Era of Financial Deregulation, and to tell you what the book is about. And so in the book, I chart the history of the urban reinvestment movement. So this was a social movement of low and moderate income urbanites living in neighborhoods that they called transitional, usually racially changing from white to integrated or to majority minority. And the story really begins on the west side of Chicago in the Austin neighborhood. But these folks organizing in Austin realized that when their neighborhoods changed demographically, they also lost access to local banks, right, for mortgages, for home improvement loans. And so that's what they understood redlining to mean, right, when banks don't make fair loans to certain neighborhoods because people of color live there. So my book follows those activists who are thinking about redlining and charts their vision, right, as they're sort of building a social movement for urban reinvestment. And urban reinvestment was a concept that they defined rather broadly, right? It was not just bank loans that they wanted in their neighborhoods, but also public spending that would rebuild low and moderate income neighborhoods. And so the book is about this network of neighborhood groups with its roots in Chicago. It's called National People's Action. Today it's called People's Action, still headquartered in Chicago today on Milwaukee Avenue. But the book ended up also being about the way that banks changed during the late 20th century. Right, as these activists that I study start to pressure banks to reinvest, the financial system itself was sort of changing under their feet. I always say that activists expected banks to behave like George Bailey's bank and It's a Wonderful Life, with these local institutions with a stake in the local community, these stewards of local wealth that were taking so-and-so savings and lending that money out to a neighbor in the form of a mortgage. But this is the period when savings and loans were really in the decline and would be replaced by big institutions like commercial banks or international banks. So the book really shows how these activists achieved some victories like community bank partnerships, federal legislation like the Community Reinvestment Act, but it's also really interested in the obstacles to achieving their robust vision of reinvestment. So that's what the book is about. Thank you so much for this honor, and congratulations to my friend and colleague, Eric Gelman.